May I come in?
Yeah, please. Have a seat, Chitra. So, Chitra Keval Ramani. Chitra, you have done Bachelor of Business Administration, right? And you have also worked as an operation interns, management interns also. Tell me something about yourself which is not mentioned in your resume and that interests us.
Okay. So I am a graduate from BBA. I'm a graduate of BBA. I completed my graduation in 2018, and post 2018, the natural next step was to go for an MBA. But I decided I was offered MBA from Nirma University, but I decided to take some time off, decide on what I actually wanted to do. During this time, I actually traveled, worked for some NGOs, did some social work, thought about what I wanted to do in life, got my thought processes in line, and I finally decided to get an MBA. Other than that, my hobbies or what I do in my free time, I like to read a lot. I like to drive. I like to clean, and I love to dance. I also love traveling, and I'm an animal lover. I also have a cat.
Great. Your marks in SSC is 9.40 CGPA,
Right.
and then you got 78.2 in HSC,
Right.
and then you got 7.7 CGPA in your graduation. Don't you think it's a consistently low performance? Your academics have been you're performing low in academics. So can I assume that you'll be performing low in MBA also?
So yes, that is true. They are degrading, but I feel that as I grew up, I actually have found interest in so many areas like theater, acting, dancing, social work, that I do divert my energies there. That doesn't mean it affects my academics or anything like that, but it has a little. So my energies are, since they're diverted in extracurricular and co-curricular activities, so my academics suffer a little. And no, that won't happen like here, because that's what I've learned from my mistakes, that I have to devote equal time to my academics and equal time to my extracurricular and co-curricular.
What are the different activities that you have participated in?
I was a part of NSS. I represented IIMNU at Christ University's National Theatre Festival twice. We've won and participated in several music and dance awards in IIMNU.
Okay. Why MBA is relevant to your career?
So MBA is relevant because since I'm a BBA graduate, my next best step is to go for an MBA. Other than that, sir, MBA offers me a quality education into the field which I'm interested in. It'll offer me a lot of projects, a perfect curriculum, the right faculties and the right students, the right peers to grow with and to interact with, so that I can be the management professional I want to be.
You completed your graduation in the year 2018.
Yeah.
So what were you doing in the last 2 years?
So when I had an option of getting an MBA from Nirma or getting it from some other college, I decided to focus all my energies and to decide as to what I wanted to do. So I gave it a lot of thought. For almost 6 months, I traveled, worked here and there, and I figured out what I wanted to do. Because at that point of time, I was not very sure. So I needed a little bit of time.
How our institution is different from Nirma University?
So clearly, of course, the rankings do matter. But other than that, I've gained what I had to gain from Nirma. I have interacted with the faculties, with the students, and with the city as such. Going into a different city, getting to know different people from different backgrounds, getting a different curriculum is altogether a next level of growth which you will offer me.
That's great. Your take, ma'am.
Okay. So Chitra, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Okay. So I can see in your resume that you have represented yourself in National Theatre Festival, right? So what were the learnings from that part? What have you learned from that management or organizing the festival?
First of all, team management and people management, because as a team, everyone had their own preferences, their own priorities, their own choices. Getting them at one place at one time, starting the practices, deciding as to how the script should go. Thoda matlab somewhere you had to sacrifice your bit for someone else's. That's what a team is basically, that you have to sacrifice, you have to compromise and come to a middle ground. Other than that, so when you see a theater, you don't actually see the back work that goes behind booking the classes, getting getting the budget approved by the college, getting the leaves and everything. The back work is as equally important as the theater. So that's
Okay.
what I have learned.
Okay. So are you a smart worker or a hard worker?
I feel I'm a smart worker.
What is the difference between a smart worker and a hard worker?
So my take on it is that hard workers just like keep on spending their energy on whatever they see in front of them. Smart workers look at what they have, plan, strategize, and then start working.
So is hard work required in smart work?
Yes, of course, hard work is required. Hard work with a strategy is the best thing that you can go for.
So you want to say hard work is required initially, and
Yes.
then you apply strategies to it, which turns it into smart work.
Right.
Okay. One more question from my end. Why do you want to do MBA? This experience, leadership experience, management experience, I personally feel you can gain better by working somewhere, by getting practical knowledge. Why do you want to enroll yourself in a 2-year course, wait for 2 years, and then go into some company?
I feel when you're working for a company, you have to give back equally as much as you gain, right? So there you have to spend quite a lot of energy for the company. Here, when you're studying in a college, you spend 100% of your energy on yourself, on your growth, and on you basically. So 2 years of rapid growth that this is. And in a job you do grow, but you also spend a lot of time and energy for the company. So it's a slow growing process. I feel that's what my take on.
Okay, that's from my end. Ma'am, you can ask.
Chitra, how important is success to you?
Ma'am, success has a very different definition for each and every person.
What's yours?
My success is independence and family.
Okay.
That's my definition of success. For some people it's money, for some people it's
Okay.
Yeah.
What if you don't get success today?
I'll try tomorrow.
Okay. And how will you try tomorrow? I mean, any stepping stones towards that, or like how? What will be your strategy? Suppose you don't succeed today.
If I have a plan today, if that plan fails, I'll find out what's wrong with that plan. Think about what I can do to improve that, and then I'll try again tomorrow.
Okay. So you just said that success to you means family and independence, right? What is independence?
Independence is when you don't have to think about or ask anyone for anything, any step that you take in your life.
So let's say we select you and bring you on board.
Right.
Then tomorrow, if the faculty members point out some problems,
right,
are you going to say that no, I'm independent-minded and I don't need to kind of pay attention to what you guys are saying?
Independence is not about accepting or not accepting criticism.
Yes.
That is for me. My faculties will obviously do it for my own improvement.
So you're open to flack.
Yeah,
you're open to criticism.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Okay.
But independence is a totally different thing, wherein if I do want to do something which is not good for me, I don't have to do it.
Okay. Do you have enemies? Any kind of enemy? Halka, whatever. Like.
Yeah, I have people who might
one
dislike.
word that they would use for you. Any one word.
Attitude.
Okay.
Ego.
Fine. One last question from my end. You have written over here good communication skills.
Yes.
Justify.
As I can speak well. I feel that I can speak well. I have a good command over the language. Good communication skills, I feel, are very important for a manager, because in the end, it's people management. In the end, it's always people.
Okay.
So developing a good communication skill set is, I feel, very important.
But you just said that I have great command over the language, you said, and I can speak well. That's why I feel I've got good communication skills,
Right.
right?
Right.
So there are a lot of people who can speak well.
And
Does it?
accurately.
Okay.
The right things.
In your opinion, like that is all that is required for good communication skills, just the
Also,
act of.
no. So communication is a two-way process. You also have to listen to what the other person has to say to you. Once you speak, you have to listen to what they have, what their opinions are, and then improve on it. So communication is always a two-way process, I feel.
Okay. Thank you. That's all from my end.
Chitra, you have mentioned that you want to make your career in the operations, right? Tell me, what are the role of operation manager in a company?
So operations is basically procurement of raw material, production, inventory control, and distribution. The role of an operations manager is to make sure the whole process goes smoothly.
If I hired you as an operation manager in Amazon,
right.
What will be your plan of action?
So first of all, I would like what my profile is matters a lot.
Okay.
I would find out what challenges the company is facing in this country.
Okay.
And then I would try to improve on those points.
All right.
I have a question here. I want to ask you something about economics. Are you comfortable with that?
You can shoot. If I am not, I would.
Okay. So our GDP is going down.
Right.
What do you think is the basic reason for that?
Ma'am, I feel that one of the major reasons why the GDP is going down is the US-China trade wars. I feel that all over the world there is this newly found sentiment of nationalism in people. Somewhere globalization has slowed down and people are starting to, produce and stop export and import of goods and products. And that obviously will affect our country since we are dependent on export and imports a lot.
Okay, so what steps will you suggest should be taken which could move the GDP to a better side?
Ma'am, I feel that the primary sector of the country, that is agriculture, is being a little ignored, and I would focus on that sector. I would introduce new policies to protect the farmers, to stop the debt trap, to maybe create an infrastructure and a knowledge base for the farmers. Like crop rotation is something that most of the farmers don't know about, and which is actually good for the soil. So educating them into it, providing them with storage facilities so that they can store their produce properly. And these are the things that maybe I think I could focus on.
That's all from our side. Thank you, Chitra.
Thank you so much.
All right, hello guys. So we just had an interview with Chitra, and there are some pointers that I would like to point out, which have been summed up by me as well as the other panelists, and which are first of all, when asked why does she want to do an MBA, the reasons that she gave was mainly on lines of good faculty, good peer group, good curriculum, etc. These are not pointers which are just specific to an MBA. You go to any kind of program, maybe an MSc or any other program, you can still get a good faculty, you can still get a good curriculum, you can still get good peers, right? So it did not seem, something that was peculiar to an MBA program. So the answer could have been a little bit more on point. That's one. Second, when she was asked by one of the panelists that how our institute differs from NIRMA, her alma mater, in that case, her answer was more oriented towards the city. She was more focused that, okay, I've already known whatever I want to know or experience in Ahmedabad. I want to move to a different city. Interviewers could have further grilled around, okay, then in that case, maybe why do you come to our college? You can go to any other college, XYZ college from any other city, right? Just go by more, which city is more exotic, go to that college, right? So it has to be more college oriented, not just city oriented. Then next point, when she was asked why don't you get go on and get some experience first and then probably get an MBA. She answered that if I go on and get some experience, my energies will be diverted in the job as well as learning, and hence my efforts will be diluted, right? Which is not necessarily the case. How she could have which portrays experience in a negative frame. how it could have been put better is that once I've done an MBA, I would be in a better position to add value to the company that I work for. At the same time, it will also work in a synergetic manner for me as well. I'll also be able to gain more value. I'll be able to relate better to the business decisions that are being made, right? So you also always have to keep in mind that there cannot be even a tad bit of negativity involved in any of your answers. It has to come out positive. You have to come off as a confident, positive person who can take on well the world. Okay, so that's it, and we'll keep coming with more such videos, more such interviews to help you with your GDPI preparation. Do subscribe to the channel and stay tuned.